Hi guys, welcome to Nine's Corner. I am just getting over our Canadian Thanksgiving. We had a beautiful meal yesterday. I had my immediate family with me, COVID and all that kind of good stuff, but we had a beautiful time and I'm so grateful. And it got me thinking about being grateful, and I am grateful for those who have stuck with me. I know my numbers have gone down. I'm doing my best. I'm grateful that my family have made it through thus far, knock on wood, with not too many troubles health wise. And, you got to look for the silver linings. And Thanksgiving is all about remembering what you're grateful and thankful for. And I am thankful for you. I am thankful for my family. And I am thankful for my gift of tarot. So, with that, I'm going to talk about a few things today. And my first one is the media, because I'm watching the news and I don't know if you've noticed it the same way as I've noticed it, but it's like all you hear is Trump or the Republican who's going to be going for 2024 presidential candidate. And it's like, hold on, who is the president of the United States? I thought it was Biden. And where is Kamala Harris? Nobody talks about her except for Fox News because they're going insane about the border crisis. And nobody's talking about the border crisis. It's like, what is happening? So I want to look at the media because I think the media is steering the ship of information. And it's like Donald Trump is out doing this and he's, talking about going for 2024. And then they're having these great big discussions about it. And it's like they're so desperate to get their money from Donald Trump's name that they're just peddling it. And then they're like, oh, Donald Trump's out on the doing his campaign again. Let's make America great again. And I'm like, yeah, the man is running out of money. He's got to get out there. And plus, he wants to there's a coup happening, whether people are willing to see it or not. There's still, even after all this time, like, you're telling me that, oh God, that the four people that who've had subpoenas, including our little favorite Steve Bannon, that they're being told that, oh, we might do something. No, you should be like in jail until you're willing to talk. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. So let's look at the media. We'll look at Steve Bannon, then we'll look at the Build Back Better again to see if that's going to go through. Because a lot of people on media sites are saying that if that doesn't get through, that you'll see a lot of Republicans winning in 2022. And no, we can't. We just can't. We can't go through this. So let's look at the meat. Oh, there was a card I was shuffling, and this card flipped over. The Hangman, seeing the situation from a different perspective. The media is doing what they need to do to make money to get numbers. The outrage is minimal in comparison to what's actually happening. They're spotlighting what they think that you should see and what message they want to go through. So even though Fox News is a misinformation channel, they're not even a news channel, there's a certain amount of politics going on in the media. Nine of Wands, defending themselves, defending their numbers. It's like Trump's name is, ratings gold for some reason, and it continues to be so. And, bad news gets a bigger go about. So I really believe the media is doing a disservice by not clearly defining what's happening and pointing out what should be happening, that they should be banning them, should be in jail or being processed or, what have you. Five of Cups. There's been such a overhaul of what news is since CNN started, that 24-hour news cycle. They need something to keep going. And that has definitely played a significant role in the media, in what we learn about and what we're exposed to. And there's very few sources that you can look to that are giving you the right answers. So this really is about us taking control and learning about information and making sure that we're not looking at, invalid websites and having to do our own research, not depending on other people, because the media is in a turbulent time right now because they should be telling the news, not giving each side. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of going, like, they never just say, okay, a building fell down. It's like, well, here's the Republicans' version of the building falling down, and here's the Democrats' version, and the Independents' version, and this one's and that one's. And it's like, grow up and see, like, it's scary what Trump and them are doing. It's like they have a ghost of a coup happening, and it's in the open. We're watching Trump go out and make money and tell everybody we're going to make America great again, which is such poor English. So let's look at Steve Bannon. I mean, here's a man who doesn't want legal immigration, does not want illegal immigration. I mean, he's believes that Islam is a religion of hatred. He's so anti everything. And I mean, oh God, I swear to you, like, as soon as I picture his face in my mind, it's like I get the cold shivers. Like, this is a smart, devious man. So let's look and see what's going to happen with him. Are they going to push for him to be legally penalized for not coming forth and trying to go under presidential, what's that word? Oh, now I'm getting lost now. Because I don't know if you can hear it, but I had a couple of messages come through, so it's kind of taken me out of my space. I should have turned it off. Anyway, so let's look and see if Bannon will be forced to testify, will be forced to respect the subpoena, and what will happen. Let's look at Steve Bannon. Page of Wands. Steve Bannon has a plan. Steve Bannon he is part of something that's behind the shadows. I know this is going to sound conspiratorial, but I do believe that, Trump is getting the old gang together and trying to do a shadow. I mean, they're really pushing Biden out of the way. It's like, you turn on the television, you hear about Bannon, Trump, Bannon. Oh, we should get him. But, like, just get him already, So he is in his element. He's trying to figure out how to play this. Steve Bannon. Ooh. Two of Pentacles. So he's trying to weigh out the situation. He is going to put, the twos are major delays. So he is going to push this to be delayed. He's trying to weigh out the information that he has, which is crucial. Like, that would take down Donald Trump easily. I think there's a possibility that he has something to do with the January 6th insurrection, having knowledge of it, having something to do with the plans of it, because he has a weighty situation on him. We've got the Ace of Wands. He didn't start the fire. He did. He started the fire. There's something about him being involved directly or indirectly with the January 6th insurrection here. Page of Pentacles. Why are we getting so many pages? It's like they're behind the scenes trying to navigate to 2022 so that they can try to get in power again. And if they can try to get into power by 2022, then they can cause this delay, this constant delay, until they get in power, or what they think they will get in power. I mean, that's the plan. The King of Pentacles, money, and he's involved with other countries. This is a man who has the information, who has the knowledge, and he knows about the money trail. Eight of Cups. If Steve Bannon does not come to the table with his subpoena, they're going to force him. And yes, I do believe that they may actually take some legal action against him, which they should, right? Justice, but it's inverted. Look, I am telling you, Steve Bannon and the gang are doing some really bad shadow sugar stuff behind the scenes and taking advantage of this time of the pandemic and of people's high emotions and stuff. So, Steve Bannon is going to be called, but he is going to push against justice with everything he has. He has information about the money and he's involved. And I wouldn't be surprised if part of this is to do with the January 6th insurrection. Wow. So let's look at, will the Build It Back Better pass? Because in the media, they're saying if that passes, then the Democrats have a really good road in 2022. And if it doesn't pass, then that means there's a good chance the Republicans will be able to take over and get in more seats. So, will the Build It Back Better pass? Will the build? A card had to fall out. Queen of Cups. Keeping your head above water. There's going to be a cap. There's going to have to be some changing. It's not going to go through the way it is. There are going to be changes to it. Judgment. Yes. They're going to be revamping, relooking at this. I think it will get passed, but Queen of Swords, it's going to be a battle, and they're going to go through some, look, we want to change this, this, and this, and then you're going to have the other side saying, no, we need this and this. Right now, it looks as though the Wheel of Fortune is upright. So the Queen of Cups is keeping her head above water. The water is murky underneath, though. She's going to have to try to balance out and put something different forward because there's going to be challenges to it. The Wheel of Fortune is saying, the end result will be that they'll pass something, but it won't be what they thought. Seven of Swords, there's going to be a lot of defending and fighting. They're going to have to change some of the regulations, some of the money information, what have you, in order for this to pass. And I do believe that they will do that. They'll have to. They'll have to. The vibes right now, we're looking at some pushing back, arguing, fighting, and that kind of a thing. But, and I wanted to look at Kamala Harris because when I looked her up, we saw her somewhat on The View. And a lot of people are, they're talking about the Republicans. Why aren't they talking about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and saying, hey, they're going to be the 2024 winners? And, all I hear is Joe Biden's going to be a one-term. And yet you're not hearing about Kamala Harris. Now, if you check out Fox News, they're torching her over the immigration issue that's happening on the Texas border. And that's just, it's a travesty what's happening there. And the main media is not making a big deal of it. They really are not. You got to say fair play being fair play. These people, these women, children, men, all families, what have you, they're there, they're suffering. They don't have proper food and water, and they certainly don't have proper shelter from the sun, and they're suffering. Now, the distinction is that Kamala Harrison was supposed to be dealing with the relationship with Mexico, not dealing with the actual border issue. But there are, 10,000 plus immigrants on the border, being sent home or being, put into harm's way because there's just such a number of them that it's hard to deal with it. And especially in the time of pandemic, because then you're looking at people coming in, they're not vaccinated, and then, if they go into the country. So it's a scary topic that's not being covered by mainstream media. And it should be. It shouldn't just be Fox saying about it, because those people are suffering. What's going to happen with the people on the border? What's going to happen with the migrants on the border? The Hierophant. This, I believe, is Biden administration. They're going to be like, okay, look, we got a plan for this. Let's get into this. Let's make this happen. There's going to be rules and regulations. Knight of Wands. Some people are going to be turned away. Some people are going to be turned back. There's going to be some travel happening there. King of Swords. There's going to be a want to get strict. And I'm sure that has to do with the pandemic. It has to do with health and whatnot. But the King of Swords lets me know that this is not going to go away, that this is going to become a bigger issue down the road. There's going to be talk about it. There's going to have to be money and resources brought there to help the people, vaccinate those who are going to be allowed in, and to have money to send people back or to take care of them at the actual border. The Hierophant, it's such a quiet subject. For some reason, it's not getting airplay, and these people are suffering. But it looks like the Biden administration, regardless of the media not pushing, are trying to vamp it up and trying to get plans into place to take, Nine of Wands. They're quietly trying to protect their border, but they're trying to do it with some compassion, unlike the Trump administration. So, all right. Let's look at Kamala Harris. What's going on with Kamala? Why are we not hearing from her? What's going on there? Like, when I say that, I know, you could point to The View, or you could point to her being here, there, or anywhere. But I'm talking about, why aren't they pushing Kamala and Biden as the 2024 realistic winners? Like, why are they not pushing these people up in the spotlight? Because they're certainly doing it to every Republican. There's got like 10 names in for Republicans, going for president. And yet you're not hearing anything about Kamala, nothing about Biden. It's just sort of left. I don't know. So what's happening with Kamala and what's happening with Biden? Let's look at the both of them. We'll pull 3 cards for each. So Kamala right now is the 8 of Pentacles. She is in over her head with so much information, so much going on. When you think she's not working, she is. She's working behind the scenes, and there's a lot on her plate. The Empress, she is spreading herself way too thin. I think that in 9 months, that is the plan, to start putting Kamala's name out, for political consideration. I think that they need this time to let Joe Biden do what he needs to do to get things settled on this end before they can push for anything. I'm sure that this is having to do with waiting to get the Build It Better through, and then trying to, then they can attack that. 8 of Cups. I think right now there's a part of her that's thinking about walking away. I do not know why. I'm just going to take a clarifier on that, but the Eight of Cups is walking away from everything that you built. Ace of Wands to start something new. So maybe this is walking away from the vice presidency into the presidency, but she has to, justice. They need to get justice. In order to be able to move forward, they need to get justice. Seven of Pentacles, planting the seeds. So maybe this is more her trying to keep under the radar because maybe they are pushing towards presidency for her. And with the Empress here, we're looking at they'll keep things quiet until the next 9 months or so, and then they'll come out. Let's have a look at Biden. How is he feeling about this? Is he planning, to go in 2024? I mean, it's hard because it's like he's super strong for his age, but you can tell he's not as agile, and you can tell that this is taking its weight on him. So I don't know how that's going to look in 2 years, Let's have a look at Biden. Nine of Cups. He is planning on achieving his goals, and his goal is to try to give some kind of stability to the United States through the next 4 years. So he did exactly as he was karmically said to do. We got the Five of Cups. He's not going to be able to accomplish everything. He feels very saddened by this. He feels that the powers to be are against him, and it's not his fault. We got the Ace of Pentacles. So he is going to be, I think this is going to be that he will get his build it better back through. But it's going to take a change in the money, change in the resources, change in the plan in order to be able to get it to go forward. The Hierophant. I don't think that he has any plans on going forward in 2024. I think he's fulfilling what he wanted to do. Seven of Pentacles, same as Kamala had. Sorry. Same as Kamala had. So maybe they're waiting the duration of this year or 9 months or so because they want to plant the seeds of Kamala coming out. And maybe that's their future position. So that's why they're not making, trying to push for Biden or trying to make any kind of noise about it. But unfortunately, while they're not making noise, the Republicans are sending everybody out to become president. Right? Alrighty. So that's my little political read. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, I have our Unity Candle special Halloween one. As always, I have our candle lit for each and every one of us. And until the next time we chat, cheerio and take care.